Hello Gemini, Sun Rising and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So Gemini, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. We're going to see how the both of you are currently viewing this relationship and how you guys feel about it and what actions you guys plan on taking each other's direction and are moving forward. So with all that being said, Gemini, let's get started. How does Gemini currently view this relationship? Okay, Gemini, so we do have the 10 of Pentacles, we do have the 2 of Pentacles, and then we also have the 10 of Swords. So currently at the moment, in regards to how you're currently viewing this relationship, you're contemplating if you should stay or if you should go. Now, this could be referring to possibly a job for some of you, because we do have the 10 of Pentacles out here. This could be referring to possibly a marriage, maybe even a relationship. But if this does have anything to do with, like, you know, a marriage or relationship, this is definitely somebody that you invested a lot of time and energy towards. This could also represent somebody that you share a home with, share finances with. You might even have a family with this person. But for others of you, you could very well be contemplating on whether or not you should leave a company that you've been with for quite some time now. I am definitely getting that as well. But yeah, let's keep going and see what else we can get here. I mean, clearly something has been going on, whether it's with this job that you've been working for quite some time now, or this relationship and or marriage that you've been a part of for quite some time now. Something just simply hasn't been working out for whatever reason. And this is what kind of has you contemplating whether or not you should stay and or go. It's as if you feel like this job that you work for is just simply not serving you anymore like it used to. For some of you, like I said, this could be referring to like a marriage or relationship where you feel like it's just not serving you anymore like it used to. Because I am definitely getting once upon a time, this marriage, this relationship, this job that you've been working for quite some time now, it used to essentially serve you and benefit you in some way, shape, or form, but it kind of looks like it's not serving you or benefiting you anymore. And it does have you contemplating if you should get up and walk away or if you should stay. How does this person currently view this relationship with Gemini? All right, so we do have the 7 of Wands. We do have the Judgment card. And then we also have the Lovers out here. You could be dealing with another Gemini, possibly a Scorpio, maybe even a Leo. Doesn't necessarily have to be the case though. But in regards to how this person's currently viewing this relationship with you, if this has anything to do with like a relationship, Gemini, it kind of looks like giving up on you and what they share with you is just simply not an option in this person's mind. Like, no matter how challenging and difficult things may get between the two of you, giving up on you and what they share with you is just simply not an option. It's like they don't know how to give up on you and what they share with you is basically what I'm getting. It kind of looks like as of lately things have been a little challenging and difficult between the two of you. I am definitely getting that. For whatever reason, it just has. And it kind of has you leaning more towards like, do I really want to continue to deal with this, or should I just, you know, get up and go? But when we look at them, it's different, because I am definitely getting that, yes, things haven't been the best between the two of you as of lately. But when it comes down to like them contemplating, you know, should I stay or should I go? These are not things that typically cross this person's mind, primarily because they don't really know, you know what I mean, how to give up on you and what they share with you. You know, walking away from this dynamic that they share with you, it's just not an option in this person's mind. Therefore, that's why they don't really consider in leaving the relationship that they share with you. How does Gemini currently feel? Oof. But it's definitely an option in your mind. That's the thing. It's not an option in their mind, but it's definitely an option in your mind. Even though we do kind of see you contemplating on whether or not you should leave this dynamic that you share with this person, we don't actually see you doing it just yet. It's just something that you're contemplating. But anyways, in regards to how you're currently feeling, a lot of you feel like you would be better off without this person in your life versus with this person in your life. I am getting that. If this relationship between the two of you were to come to an end, you know, you wouldn't find yourself having to essentially deal with all that this person essentially brings into your life. Don't get me wrong, I think this person does bring some good into your life, but it does appear to me that they do bring some bad into your life, which is something that you're definitely thinking about, which is what's causing you to contemplate all of this that you share with this person. But yeah, a lot of you feel like, okay, if like this relationship were to come to an end, I wouldn't have to deal with this, I wouldn't have to deal with that. It's like you're trying to essentially pitch to yourself that it is a better idea to get up and walk away than to continue to sit up here and remain with this person and deal with this person, all that comes with them. Okay. How does this person currently feel? Oh, wow, we have an Emperor out here. So we do have the Empress for you, and we have the Emperor for them. You could have a family with this person. Typically, the Emperor to the Empress, these are two people who typically have a child and or children together. Of course, you guys could have had, you know, children with other people, then came together and made one big happy family. That's also a possibility as well for some of you out there. Or this could definitely represent somebody that you had conversations about starting a family with. That's also a possibility as well. But in regards to how this person's currently feeling about this relationship, with the Seven of Swords to the Wheel of Fortune to the Emperor coming out here, before I open my mouth and say anything, I do want to clarify the Seven of Swords just to verify something really quickly. Tell me more about the Seven of Swords. Okay, so we do have the Three of Cups, we do have the Chariot, we also have the Nine of Swords, and then we also have the Four of Wands. Okay. All right. Something's definitely worrying this person and concerning this person when it comes down to you and this dynamic that they basically share with you. Okay. This person fears that you're going to do something to self-sabotage this dynamic here between the two of you. And as much as this may be one of this person's biggest worries and concerns in regards to you, they know that they don't really have any sort of control over you and what you decide to essentially do. So if you turn around and self-sabotage this relationship, you know, they know that there's nothing that they could essentially do about it, nor is there anything that they could essentially do to stop you from self-sabotaging this dynamic here between the two of you. Now, before I say what I'm about to say, this could be stemming from this person's past. So it could have been something that this person has personally experienced already, and they might have that worry and concern in regards to you. Okay, so keep that in mind. There is a possibility that once upon a time, somebody could have left this person to go be with somebody else. I am definitely getting that. And this person might have this worry and concern that because you are unhappy within this relationship, you might seek comfort in somebody else's arms. You might find yourself feeling more drawn to somebody else, you know, things of that nature. But this could have a lot to do with them just having like this big worry and fear that you'll self-sabotage this relationship by getting up and walking away from the relationship. More of the story is that this person's just worried that you're going to do something on your end, whether it's getting up and walking away or leaving them to go be with someone else, whatever have you. They're more worried that that's something that you're going to end up doing within this dynamic between the two of you that would ruin everything between the two of you, is basically what I'm getting. With the Wheel of Fortune to the Emperor coming out here, I just kind of feel like this person knows that they have I feel like this person knows that they have a really good thing with you, Gemini. And don't take this the wrong way, because, you know, just don't take it the wrong way. But this person knows that they truly do have a good thing when it comes down to you in this relationship that they share with you. They just kind of feel like, you know, oftentimes you allow like the bad experiences that you guys have, that you guys go through with one another to essentially get the best of you. Something that they typically don't do, but it's something that they feel like you tend to do a whole lot, where you tend to kind of dwell on like the negative aspect of your relationship with this person to the point where it prompts you to not even want to be with them. And that's one thing that this person doesn't like that you do, that you hyper focus on all of the bad when it comes down to them in this relationship, that you don't really focus on all of the good that they essentially bring into your life and into this relationship. So it makes sense as to why this is what's causing them to become so worried and concerned, is because maybe once upon a time in the past, you were very hyper focused on all of the things that you didn't necessarily like about this person, and it prompted you to get up and go to the point where you completely and utterly forgot about like all of the good that this person brings into your life, you know, things of that nature. Okay, let's keep going. What actions will this person... Okay. I'm also getting randomly This is very random, which now that I got that message, I do want to look at this Emperor once I'm done breaking down this energy. But I'm also getting, I'm not perfect. I just randomly got that from this person. So I would like to look at this person a little bit more. But in regards to how you plan on moving forward, with the Ace of Pentacles to the Three of Wands to the Six of Cups coming out here, the Ace of Pentacles is attached to the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so with that being said, in regards to how you plan on moving forward, despite all of the bad that this person brings into your life, Gemini, you're very attached to what you want with this person, and what you can see yourself having with this person, what you can see yourself manifesting into fruition with this person in particular. Is basically what I'm getting. So are you going to really leave the relationship like for good? I'm going to go ahead and say no, just because you're very attached to like what you want with this person, what you can see yourself having with this person, what you've been able to essentially build with this person thus far. These are things that essentially matter to you, and these are things that you're still very much so attached to. It also has a lot to do with the emotional attachment that you have with this person, but I am definitely getting that it does also have a lot to do with you being very attached to what you can see yourself having with this person. All right, let's look at this Emperor. Tell me more about the Emperor. Okay, so we have the Tower. We do have the Five of Swords. Okay, we also have the Seven of Cups, and then we also have the Star out here. But I don't think that that's fair, though. I mean, now that I looked at this person's energy, because I just randomly got, I'm not perfect, and I'm like, well, what the hell does that mean? You know what I mean? That kind of threw me off. Okay, it makes sense as to why leaving this dynamic that they share with you is just simply not an option in this person's mind, and here's why. You don't sit up here and put them through half of the shit this person sits up here and puts you through. Let's just be blunt and honest this morning, okay? So yeah, I mean, it makes sense as to why it doesn't cross this person's mind as far as getting up and leaving you in this dynamic that the two of you basically share with one another, because I'm pretty sure if the shoe was on the other foot, they would have been considering and leaving this dynamic that the two of you share with one another, like you yourself are. Okay, now with the Tower to the Five of Swords to the Seven of Cups, I mean, I feel like this person is consciously aware. I'll say that. Like, I feel like this person's consciously aware that they're not perfect. I feel like this person's consciously aware that they've done things within this dynamic between the two of you that has created tension and conflict between the two of you, and distance between the two of you, and tension and all that stuff between the two of you. So they are consciously aware that they're not a perfect person. They are consciously aware that they have, yes, done some shit in this dynamic to kind of ruin things here between the two of you. But with the Star coming out here, that's kind of telling me that despite the fact, right, that they've put you through X, Y, and Z, and they've done this and they've done that, it hasn't necessarily changed how they feel about you and what they basically want with you. I just kind of, and I understand where this person's coming from. I get it, but I also get you and where you're coming from, and I feel like that's the problem, is that I feel like that's the problem, you know, is that I don't think that this person takes time to understand where you're coming from. Because what I am, and again, I don't know. I'm not going to say we don't know what this person has been doing within this dynamic between the two of you. Obviously, you know, I personally don't know. But with the Seven of Cups to the Five of Swords, I mean, that's kind of telling me that this person has done certain things within this dynamic to cause you to more than likely question if they're actually serious about you in this dynamic that the two of you share with one another. Because the Five of Swords, you could look at that card as like deception, basically. So I mean, it's one of those things where it's like they're kind of like pitching it in a way where it's like, yeah, like I did this, and I also did this, and I also did that, and I did this too, and this too, and this too, and that too. But I mean, I still want Gemini. I mean, that hasn't changed. I mean, I still love them. I still think they're the one for me. But yeah, I've done this and I've done that, but I still love them. I still care about them. It's like they just, I guess, want you to understand that, you know what I mean? And it's like, okay, but it's like, it's one of those things, dude, where it's like this person would have to be in your shoes to fully understand what it feels like to truly be in your shoes, because it just, I don't know, like, I mean, I guess guess, I guess. I guess, I guess I get in somewhat, where this person's, coming from. Like, I guess, like, despite the stuff that they put you through, they still want you. And it's like, okay, that's great. But it's like, it makes, it makes sense, as to why you're just like, I don't know if I should remain with this person. It makes sense as to why you're in that energy too, because that's like the epitome of somebody telling you that they love you, and then they turn around and cheat on you the next day. But I still love you, Gemini, but I still love you. You know what I mean? It's like, I mean, I don't even know if that's fucking possible, to be honest. It's like, it's like I'm trying to understand where they're coming from, but it's like my brain is like, we don't get it, but let's try to get it. Let's just try to fucking understand. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard, to understand where this person's coming from, because I've never personally been in this person's predicament before. Just like it's hard for this person to understand where you're coming from, because they've never been in the predicament that you're currently in. You know what I mean? Before. So it's like they can't relate to you. Therefore, you can't really relate to them. I personally can't even fucking relate to them, because it's like, that's what it is. It's not, it's like the epitome of telling a person that you love them, and then the next day you're like sleeping with somebody else. It's like, but I still want to be with that person. Even though, yeah, I went and I cheated on them, but I still want to be with this person. It's like, but I still love them. It's like, I don't even know if that's freaking possible. Like, I don't even know if that's possible. But to them it is. So it's like, I don't know. Like, to them it's like, even though they put you through the stuff that they put you through, they still love you though. They still care about you. But to them it's like, it's very much so possible. I don't know. I'm not gonna like bust my brain to try to figure this one out, but let's keep going. What actions will this person take towards Gemini? We're moving forward. We have the Four of Pentacles to the Knight of Wands, and then we also have the Ten of Wands. Okay. It's a tricky situation, though. It truly is a tricky situation, because it's like, it's a tricky situation, primarily for me anyways, because I don't really understand. It's like, I understand, but I really don't understand where this person's coming from. So it's, I don't know. But with the Four of Pentacles, so Knight of Wands, the Ten of Wands, prepare yourself for what I'm about to say here. This person doesn't want to lose you. Four of Pentacles represents that gripping energy, holding on to something for dear life, refusing to essentially let it go. That's what this person is doing with you in this dynamic that they basically share with you. With the Knight of Wands coming out here, that's kind of telling me not only are they holding on to you and what they share with you, but they still have the desire, right, to continue to proceed forward within this dynamic that they share with you. Their biggest issue is that this is just too hard, though. This is just too, challenging, though, because, Gemini this and Gemini that and Gemini this, that, and the third. And it's like, I'm sorry, but I feel like this journey is only challenging and difficult for them, because you're just not that type of woman or man that's gonna sit up here and allow this person to do whatever the hell they please, regardless of how it hurts you, and affects you. And I feel like that's why it's so challenging and hard for this person, because you're just not that type of woman or man that's just gonna sit up here and just tolerate, this person, all that comes with this person, just sit there and look pretty and not say anything. You know what I mean? Oh, and on top of that, don't be bothered by anything that they do. It's like, that shit doesn't make no damn sense to me. Because if the shoe was on the other foot, they wouldn't, you know what I mean? Like, they wouldn't be going for this. Like, they wouldn't like this. You see what I mean? If you were to turn around and do the exact same thing to them. So it's like, I don't know. Like, I almost want to say that they're basically dealing with the wrong person, aka you. I just don't feel like you're for them. And the only reason why I say that is because you're just not that type of woman or man that's just going to sit here, look pretty, allow this person to do whatever it is that they essentially please, regardless of how you feel about it, by the way, and just sit there and do nothing and say nothing. You're just not that type of woman. You're just not that type of dude. I think that this person should just find somebody who's going to be okay with the amount of things that they do, even though they themselves personally wouldn't like it, you know, if somebody did that to them in return. But that's, we're not here to talk about all of that. You know, I think this person needs to go find somebody who's going to put up with all of the stuff that they essentially bring into a person's life, and you know, and just, I guess, expect that person to sit there and not say anything, and just allow this person to do essentially what they please. And you know, you just sit there and you look pretty, and you just let me do whatever the hell I feel like doing, even if it bothers you, even if it hurts you, even if it embarrasses you, even if it makes you feel disrespected. You know what I mean? I think that they're with the wrong person. You know, an empress is somebody who has a lot of respect for themselves, a lot of respect for themselves. And oftentimes when an empress is dealing with somebody who brings any ounce of like shame or like embarrassment into their life, it's like they just don't like it. They just don't like it because they don't turn around and do that to somebody else. Like, you're not bringing any sort of shame or embarrassment into this human being's life. You know what I mean? Like, they are with you. And that's why I'm telling you, without a shadow of doubt, if you were to turn around, because they're showing up as an empress, an emperor, I'm sorry. If you were to turn around and do them the same way that they're doing you, it would bring them so much shame and embarrassment. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. It would. And honestly, they would be doing the same thing that you're doing, contemplating like, should I stay or should I go at this fucking point? You know what I mean? But that's the thing, is that they're never going to really understand you and where you're coming from, and how their actions and their behavior bring you so much shame and embarrassment, until you turn around and return the freaking favor. Or you don't, and then just, you know, go find somebody else who's not gonna like sit it, because this person's asking something. Well, let me say that, not that they're asking, but this person's expecting something from you that you're incapable of giving them. They might as well just be telling you, you know what, Gemini, listen, I'm gonna go do this and this and this and this, okay? And even though I wouldn't like that you did this to me in return, I'm gonna go do this and this and this, you know what I mean? And you know, I just expect you to sit there, you know what I mean? Just look pretty, and you know, don't say anything to me, please. Just don't say anything to me. Just sit there, just look pretty, and just deal with it, okay? Okay, Buttercup. Okay, great. Like, no, I just no. I'm sorry, no, no. I feel like the journey for them with you is so challenging, and it's so hard because it requires this person to stop doing shit that they themselves wouldn't even want you doing. They themselves wouldn't even want you doing, or anybody doing to them. So it's like, I don't know. I just feel like this person's very hypocritical. I think that this person is unfair. I think that this dynamic between the two of you is very, very one-sided. And personally, I just don't think that all of this is fair, you know what I mean, for you. But that's the only reason why this freaking journey between the two of you is challenging and difficult. It's because they're out here doing things that they personally wouldn't even want you doing. But it's okay if they do it, but it's not okay, you know what I mean, if you do it. And the fact that you're that type of woman or man that doesn't, you know, just sit there and look pretty and say nothing, that's a problem for them. That's annoying to them. You know what I mean? That's super annoying to them and frustrating to them. Like, they would rather prefer you just sit there and kind of look pretty and let them do whatever it is that they please, and don't say anything. Please, just don't say anything. You know what I mean? Like, that's what they're expecting of you. But I'm pretty sure if you were to turn around and do the same damn thing and tell this person, listen, if you could just sit there and just look pretty and, you know, get off my rear end, please. That would be great, okay? I'm gonna go talk to Bob real quick though, but just sit there, you know, and just shut up and just don't say anything, okay? Please, thanks, all right? Like, they wouldn't go for that. They wouldn't go for that. But it's like they're expecting you to just deal with it, you know what I mean? And that's not fair, you know? So then there's that. But that's what I have for you, Gemini. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated. And I will see you guys in your next reading.